and giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Hashem, Rakakwadash, Yahweh in the name of the Heavenly Father, the creator of heaven and earth, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob, the God which the scriptures speak of, and Yahweh Shai is only begotten, so which the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, and the Rakakwadash, which is the Holy Spirit. Double honor to the elders and apostles of the Muslim who were pushing for representing the gospel, helping to wake up and to seal the elect of the nation of Israel. And salutations to you, sincere Akima, that are pushing this gospel in truth and sincerity, risking your lives and your freedom to do so now more so than ever. Alright, so what we're going to go into today is that this lesson is right here, simple and plain. Bill Gates offered 10 million bribe for first vaccination in Nigeria. Yeah. As I was saying, Bill Gates offered a 10 million bribe to the Nigerian House of Representatives to pass a bill that required forced vaccination of the COVID-19 cure in Nigeria. And this is how this devil works. But I could go into a whole tangent, a whole spiel on how. Excuse me. I could go into a whole spiel on how Esau is going to use this to implement the chip in Africa. How he's going to push this in different countries all over the world, and he's already starting to make his move in order to force vaccinations in each and every country in the world, just to build up on the chip. But this article already does that for me, so I'm just going to read it. This article is from the Grace Game India, and I'll just read it. Based on an intercepted human intelligence report, a controversy has erupted in Nigeria, whereby it is revealed that Bill Gates offered 10 million bribe to a forced vaccination program for coronavirus to the Nigerian House of Representatives. Right, let me just say this first. That this claim right now, it is alleged that it hasn't really been confirmed by any source. And you know that the news cycles will never actually confirm it or report about it. But many House of Reps, the House of Representatives, and different sources have already confirmed that this actually happened. But there's no news out, there's no official news article confirm, or the official news sites rather confirming this, because it's already has control over all the information that is brought by the media. So of course it's going to put a what's what I'm going to look for now. It's going to put a you're going to mute this bit of information and make sure it doesn't come out in the news. Anyway, I continue. For coronavirus to the Nigerian House of Representatives, the opposition political parties reject the foreign sponsored bill mandating the compulsory vaccination of all Nigerians, even when the vaccines have not been discovered, and demanded the Speaker be impeached if he forces the bill on members. The development comes a month after Robert F. Kennedy Jr., the nephew of former American President John F. Kennedy, in a lengthy piece exposed Bill Gates' agenda in India and his obsession with vaccines. And just a couple of days later now. Okay, so that's basically the article. That's basically what I just wanted to bring out. That Bill Gates, using his influence in Nigeria, because as many of you brothers should already know that he has there's already a Bill and Melinda Foundation here in Nigeria. And what they are focusing on is trying to quote unquote eradicate polio using vaccines. And this bill was actually this bill was actually attempted to pass before it was actually put in the house before the House of Reps, even before the coronavirus actually reached Nigeria. And the bill was actually and it just shows that the actually just shows that the what I'm looking for the pandemic, as they are calling that's basically they are calling it now, because everybody, even Jake is starting to get suspicious of this coronavirus, or this coronavirus hoax. I know the first precept that comes to my mind when I was reading this is well, Revelation chapter 12 verse 12. So let me just quickly go to that. Not I have a Bible. I'm holding on to a different. I'm holding on to a Bible right now. So let's quickly go to it here. Revelation chapter 12 verse 12, and it reads, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time." And because the devil's time is winding down, they're trying to push bills as fast as possible. That $10 million, because that bribe, that's what it was for. It was to push that bill as fast as possible, because even though the bill was not passed now, they don't get it wrong. That bill is still going to be passed at the end of the day, and it's all towards the advancement of this mark of the beast, to push the mark of the beast, to keep in order to, so that from forced vaccinations to forced shipping, they're trying to make sure that every man, woman, and child all over this planet, is forced to receive that mark either on their right hand or their forehead, or they can't. What's that word? What I'm looking for? They can't. They can't walk. They can't eat. They can't do anything. And that precept right there is in the book of that precept is in the book of Revelation chapter 13 verse 16. The precept concerning the chip. Revelation 13 verse 16. The one where it says that he caused all, both great and small, rich and poor, free and bound, to take a mark, to receive a mark in their right hand and in their forehead. So I also need to read this part of the article. We get another precept and they'll close out. I'll probably just close out. So you know, here it is that this update. Tanzania kicked out the WHO after co- goat and papaya samples came COVID-19 positive. Days after the Tanzanian 10 days after the Tanzanian move, Burundi also kicked out the entire WHO coronavirus team from the country for interference in internal matters. Meanwhile, in a shocking development, the president of Madagascar has made a sensational claim that the WHO offered $20 million to bribe to poison the COVID-19 cure. The funny thing is that even though there's an alleged COVID-19 cure in Africa, the WHO has not done anything to confirm or deny the fact that it exists. And even more importantly, they've even gone as far as to try and and even in this current time they are even trying to get that cure, because I believe they confirmed that they can actually cure the virus, this alleged virus. But that's beside the point. What this is it's all pushing this his agenda, and that's last person this is it's all trying to push his agenda. He's exercising his rulership of the world. He's exercising the rulership that was has been given to him by the Most High. That Job 9:24, and I believe the book of Daniel chapter 4. Where Sakia. Let me just quickly go to that. Let me make sure that it's in Daniel chapter 4 verse. That's verse 17 or 10. Where it says that by the decree of the watchers the most okay, Daniel chapter 4 verse 17, it said, and it reads, this matter is by the decree of the watchers and the demands by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will, and setteth up over it the basis of men. And right now the people that are up over the kingdom is the basis of men, which is Esau Edom. This is the last place I'm going to get. I believe is in Micah chapter 2 verse Micah chapter 2 verse 2, and it reads, let me start from verse 1. So like, yeah. Woe to them that devise iniquities and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hands. And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage. Because this right here, it can actually this right here actually proof and evidence that anytime that powerful industries and corporations in all over the world, specifically Edomite corporations, Europe, American, Australian, all these major Edomite corporations want to push a bill in Africa. All they just do is just bribe a few politicians, and it gets pushed. When they want to push an agenda in Africa, all they just do is just bribe a few politicians and it gets pushed, because it's already basically common knowledge by now that Esau has been Esau has been using Esau has been using his resources to destabilize Africa, to destabilize African nations, specifically the Israelite nations in Africa. So that to make sure that Jake can never get a leg up, and even going as far as to destabilize their own nations, to make sure that the Jake, the Israelites that are living in those nations, never get a leg up and never get ahead of them. And I continue. Therefore, thus said I continue. Micah chapter 2 verse 3. Salakia. Micah chapter 2 verse 3. Therefore, thus saith Yahweh, behold, against this family do I devise an evil, from which ye shall not remove your necks, Either shall ye go haughtily, for this time is evil. Because yeah, because pretty soon everybody on this planet is going to see without the shadow of a doubt that these devils, all of them, every single Edomite on this planet is pure wicked, pure evil, You're going to see that this is truly the people which the most, that they are going to see that that this is are people, truly people that deserve to be called the border of wickedness. And without the spirit, that was an edifying lesson. All praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Bashim, Yahushai, Bashim, Shalom.